In this video, I want to show you how to change the margins in WordPress by using SeedProd. And SeedProd is the best drag and drop WordPress website builder. With its visual editor, you can make custom pages for your site and even create a custom WordPress theme without coding. And one of those web design features made super simple by SeedProd is managing margins for all elements on your website. Now there's two main spacing options in SeedProd, and usually in web design in general, is padding and margins. So for example, if we have a box here, like a button, we have padding on the inside, and then the margin is usually on the outside. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So I already have SeedProd installed. If you need help installing SeedProd, you can find a link in the description below to an installation video. And to actually get your copy of SeedProd, you can head over to seedprod.com, click on Get SeedProd Now, and select the account that makes the most sense for you. In this video, I'm using the Pro version. So we need a website to actually work with. So on the left-hand side, we go to SeedProd and Theme Builder. That'll bring up this page, and we can actually create our own themes and templates from scratch if we like with SeedProd. Or we can import one that actually came with SeedProd already pre-created to give us a head start. So if I scroll down, for example, here's one for a dental clinic, and you can just hit the check mark here to import this theme and all of the template files, and then we can work with that. Great, and there we go. It's now imported all of those template and theme files that we can see. So for example, we have a gallery page, services, about us, we have 404 and homepage. To edit one of these elements, we can go to edit design here, and it'll open up the page in the SeedProd page builder here. So on the right-hand side, we can see the preview of the actual design. We have our header template up top here. We have this section. We come down, we have some pieces of text and these different sections of our page, images, buttons, etc. So you'll see all of these lines that outline the page layout. For example, the orange is a block, and the blocks are all of these elements on the left-hand side that we can drag into our page. For example, if I want a video, I can just drag and drop a video right here, and we have one. And then we can update that and change it. You can go ahead and delete that by hitting the trash can. So all orange boxes, again, are for blocks. We also have blue, which is for the rows and the columns. So we have one row here with 3 different columns. You can see 1, 2, and 3. And then we have sections, which are purple. These are what hold all of the content in. The green up here are actually for templates. And if I click here, it'll actually go to a separate page where I can edit this template. Now let's take a look at the actual spacing options here. So for example, the best way to show this is on a column. We have a color around this. And if we click on the column settings, we can go to advanced. And down here, we have spacing. Here we can see the margin and we can see the padding. So right here, there's a little link. This means that each side will change when I change this number. So if I change this top one to 0, every single side here will change to 0. If I uncheck this, if I just change it to say 50 on the top, you can see that all of these are left alone except the one that I changed. So for the difference between margin and padding, the margin is going to be on the outside of the box here. So it's kind of pushing away from the elements. And the padding is on the inside here. So if we link this and I put 50, you can see that there's padding 50 pixels on each side here. Let's change that back to 30. And now if we want to do the margin, right now we don't have a left or right option because we have columns set up here. But say we want to do 50 pixels on the top of margin. You'll notice the difference here and how it reacts. We have 50 pixels in between this section and the top of the row that it's inside of, its container. So instead of putting the padding inside, the margin works the opposite way, where it actually puts spacing on the outside of that element. And here we can just simply change that back. And it does the same on the bottom as well. So if we put 50, you can see that there's 50 pixels extended, and these come down to match that. But it's pushing on the bottom of this one where it's creating the space. And you can do that with all elements on the page. So here's a block for text. If we go under advanced and spacing, again, we have the same options here. This one actually allows you to do left or right. So for example, if I want 100 pixels on the right, and that's part of your design, you can see it adds 100 here. It's easier to see if I actually align this. So if I align it on the left, you can see that it hugs on the right side here. So if I did, for example, on the left 100, you can see it from the left side, it pushes 100 margin. Now it looks like padding because there's no background color on this, but it does work the same as the column example. So for example, on the left side, if we put 100 padding as well, it'll actually double that and have 200 on this side, and then the rest will be 100 padding, since we have it on each side here. When you're just beginning, this can be a little bit complicated. I highly recommend that you just download SeedProd and start playing with it yourself. And that's the easiest and quickest way to learn how the margins and paddings work. And in no time, you'll be taking over full control of all of your website design layouts. And SeedProd makes it the absolute easiest way to use padding and margins. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below this video. Please leave a like if you found this helpful, and check out these videos to learn more about SeedProd, where we create full websites from scratch, and many other tutorials. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.